Will Hobbs. Oh my God! What the hell did he just do? Will Hobbs just Cody right in the face with the FTW belt and just knocked his ass out. Don't kill me! Don't. Taz has been trying to recruit Hobbs for weeks, if not months. And I can't believe this. Man, oh man, that feels a
Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, last night, AEW Dynamite, November 18th, 2020. Will Hobbs is officially with Team Taz and has turned heel by attacking Darby Allin. And I like it. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Will Hobbs, Big E 2.0 with Team Taz trying to recruit him for weeks, and it's finally a reality. I like it. I really like it a lot, man. This is going to be great, man. And, oh, man, I literally have no words. It's real good. I have no words to describe it. That's how good it was. Adam, Bug Daddy on what that usually does the Raw reviews and SmackDown reviews with me and the pay-per-view reviews with me right here in the channel. Will Hobbs acts like a real big man, unlike people like Braun Strowman who can barely tie up his shoelaces. That's Braun Strowman, by the way. Will Hobbs is better than Braun Strowman. Braun's no monster among men. Who's a real monster among men? Will Hobbs, Lance Archer, Luchasaurus, Brian Cage, Dave Mastiff from NXT UK. That's a real monster among men. Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, Ridge Holland. Those are real monsters. Braun Strowman's a cosplay monster and a one-trick pony at best, folks. Just thought I'd say that to the Braun Strowman fanboys out there. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't know what you guys thought about it's 3 minutes in with this AEW review. Not sure what you guys thought of the Braun Strowman stuff and Will Hobbs thing in the intro. Hope you guys liked it, and yeah. But anyways, man, this is the AEW Dynamite review from last night on November 18th of this year, 2020. Last night, this is AEW Dynamite review from that last night, and I don't want to lose my voice here in the channel. I'm gonna take a sip of my decaf coffee, man, people. Just made it, by the way, nice and warm. Decaf coffee you'll definitely need during 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, but not AEW Dynamite, that's for sure. Haven't had coffee in a long time, but it feels so good. Anyways, Dynamite last night. Real good show. Real good show. As always, they had a contract signing. Oh, Adam, also in the super chat. Adam, bro, you are a beast, bro. You are a freaking beast. Inner Circle in 2 segments on Dynamite. Any better than anything on Raw for 3 hours? Yes. So, last night on Dynamite. December 2nd on Dynamite, apparently it's AEW World Title match with Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley, a.k.a. Dean Ambrose, who also last night was saying that his wife, Renee Young, was pregnant, apparently, by the way, and if that's true, happy for Renee and Moxley / Ambrose, by the way. Very happy for them. So, apparently, Renee Young was announced as pregnant last night without Moxley / Ambrose mentioning the name Renee Young. So, that. Also, the contract signing with Omega and Moxley for their AEW World Title match on Dynamite on December 2nd. Also, Will Hobbs turning heel, and Inner Circle traveling to Las Vegas last night, which was really, really good. Real fucking comedy. Raw's comedy, that's not comedy. What we saw last night on Dynamite with the Inner Circle going to Las Vegas, that is how comedy's supposed to be done. Hey, Monday Night Raw, Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard, take fucking notes, man. Take fucking notes. That is how you do comedy. That is how you do comedy. We also got the Young Bucks and the AEW World Tag Team Championship title defense. Real good stuff. They got Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, and stuff like that. Some really good stuff overall. Eddie Kingston and Pac. Some real good stuff last night. So we're going to go over that very shortly. But before we do so, I'm Nick Fiore. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm Nick Fiore, the creator of the Furious Nation YouTube channel, right here on YouTube.com. And I have a goal, ladies and gentlemen. Before the end of the year, I would love for this channel to hit at least 50 subscribers. At least 50 subscribers by the end of the year. So I would really appreciate it, guys, if you would subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and hit the bell for all notifications, so that way you guys are notified whenever I upload and whenever I upload videos from the channel right onto YouTube. So remember to hit the bell for all notifications. Remember to hit the subscribe button, and remember to hit the like button for this video. And follow me on Twitter at FrioreNeck579. That's over on my Twitter page. Some really interesting stuff over there, I would say. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at FrioreNeck579. Instagram. Remember to follow me on Instagram at Nicholas Fiore 2014. Again, that's Instagram, Nicholas Fiore 2014. And Facebook. Also, I'm on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiore.31. That's over on my Facebook page. So if you'd like, you can add me as a friend on Facebook if you like. It's not required for you guys, but you can if you like. So the option is always there for you to do so. So Twitter, FioreNeck579. Instagram, Nicholas Fiore 2014. And Facebook, Nicholas.Fiore.31. And let's get started with the AEW Dynamite review from last night. The show starts off with the AEW World Tag Team Championship matchup, Top Flight of Darius and Dante Martin versus the AEW World Tag Team Champions and defending champions, the Young Bucks of Matt and Nick Jackson. This is a really good match here. Young Bucks obviously retained, and no reason to take the titles off them. No reason to take the titles off of them right now. But Top Flight, even in a loss, they look really good in defeat. So both teams look damn good in this match. This is some really good stuff. AEW's tag division is really good. Probably the best tag team division in the world right now, in my opinion. So Darius and Nick Jackson start off in the ring. Big arm drag by Nick Jackson, but Dante, however, avoids it. Then during this match, Motor City Machine Guns were mentioned, and I never knew this, that they actually helped Top Flight train, so they actually trained Top Flight. So I never knew that. So kudos to them. Happy for Darius and Dante Martin, trained by another good tag team in Motor City Machine Gun. So happy for them on that. So then after this, Dante then gets in. So then Dante gets in, and then Dante gets tagged in, and then Matt Jackson gets tagged in. Dante clotheslines Matt Jackson. Then they and then they drop kick each other, and then Nick Jackson out. then the Bucks reset as Top Flight takes them out with non-dives. Then we get to back in the ring, and the legal men in the ring are Matt Jackson and Dante. Matt tags in Nick while in a back suplex, and then the Young Bucks kick away at the brothers. Bulldog dropkick, double team by the Young Bucks. Matt Jackson drops a knee onto Dante before locking on a sharpshooter, paying tribute to Bret the Hitman Hart. And then Darius comes in and breaks up the submission. So then after this, Nick Jackson then kicks Darius in the back, hanging him up in the corner. And then Dante gets powerbombed in the back of his brother. Brutal stuff. And then a big double team foot stomp backbreaker combination onto Dante, man, which looked good. Dante soon then gets Matt to headbutt Nick, and then Top Flight take advantage with some clotheslines and strikes. Standing Spanish fly by Darius onto Matt Jackson. Very near fall. One of my favorite moves in wrestling is Spanish fly. Something that Charlotte should do. She should get rid of the moonsault, retire the moonsault, and replace it with the Spanish fly, because she does that better than the moonsault. But nonetheless, Spanish fly, one of my favorite moves in wrestling today. So good. It gets you excited. It's just my favorite move. It just really pops you, and it's just like when the smaller guys can wrestle. When a smaller wrestler does Spanish fly, and it's just really exciting. But that's just my take. But standing Spanish fly by Darius onto Matt Jackson, but gets a near fall. Matt Jackson kicks out. But however, no, Matt Jackson doesn't kick out. Matt was a near fall, but Nick Jackson broke up the count. So then a top suicida by Darius, then an over the top swanton by Dante. And then after this, there is some wild athleticism by Top Flight, and then a very near fall after a Hurricane Rana by Dante Martin. And then he goes for a top rope double stomp, but it's avoided. He's soon isolated by the Young Bucks and an assisted slice spread off the top rope. Darius then makes the save. The Bucks are then frustrated. They start to become frustrated that they can't put Dante and Darius Martin away. Dante rolls up Nick in a Dante rolls up Nick Jackson in a crucifix pin for a near fall kick out. Then after Nick Jackson kicks out, Young Bucks then hit their BTE trigger, being the elite trigger for the 3. And winners and still your AEW World Tag Team Champions, Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks. So then after this match, post-match, Jack Evans and Angelico then attack Top Flight, but bail to the stands as the Bucks come in for the save. So looks like we could possibly get the Young Bucks and Jack Evans and Angelico in a feud for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Or maybe Evans and Angelico could beat Top Flight to get to the Young Bucks. So that's a possibility. But AEW World Tag Team title match, this was a damn good match. Really, really good match to kick off Dynamite from last night. And Dante and Darius Martin Top Flight, even in a loss, they look really good in defeat. So I know some people, it's like, oh, but they lost. They're losers. No, they're not. No, they're not. They look good in a loss. There's losers and losers who look good in defeat. Losers are Retribution. That's a loser. You want to talk about losers? Retribution. Those are losers. Tucker. That's a loser. Humberto Carrillo. That's a loser. You know? Top Flight is not a loser. Top Flight are not losers. If you look good in a loss, and you're not a loser. That's my take on it. But even in a loss, Top Flight looked real damn good. And And the Young Bucks retaining was the right move. No reason to take the titles off the Young Bucks whatsoever. And again, I think Evans and Angelico could be the next in line for Young Bucks, but they're probably going to defeat Top Flight to get to the Young Bucks and all. So that's my take on that. But AEW Tag Team Division, real good stuff. Main roster, take notes. Take notes, fellas. You could learn a thing or two from AEW's Tag Team Division. You know? Like, why do we need to get Hurt Business and New Day? Like, Hurt Business and New Day. Only 2 tag teams on Monday Night Raw. Like, Hurt Business and New Day on Monday Night Raw. Watch them trade victories on Monday Night Raw. That's not the way to properly handle a tag team division. That's not the proper way to do so. AEW, they're doing it the right way. They're doing it the right way. So those are all my opinions on that. See if we have any more super chats before we get on to the Inner Circle Las Vegas segment. Oh, no super chats. All right. Thought there'd be some super chats. So usually Adam's the beast in the super chat, so. But apparently not so right now. So it's all right. So then we get to the next segment. We get to the Inner Circle slaying Vegas as Fozzy plays in the background. So Santana and MJF they're really bonding as it seems. As it seems, MJF cheats Sammy Guevara out of blackjack, and then we get a montage before MJF and Chris Jericho duel it out on heavy booze until Jericho peeks at it ever clear. So then both men down it, and they're feeling the wrath. So then Santana and Ortiz then are ready to take it to the next level with Conan, who Santana Ortiz and Conan shade to their Impact Wrestling days from a few years ago. So then some bud is partaken in as the night continues to devolve. Hager and Wardlow then take turns beating up on some bouncers, and we get a to be continued line as the show then carries on throughout the night. And then next up, we get the premiere of The History of a Revolution by @iDirectorX over on Twitter. So that was that. So then we got Jon Moxley, and he says, how did he get to where he is now? Mr. Moxley / Ambrose, we know how. You left WWE. That's what. And now look at you. Some of the best work of your life right now. You know? Like, you're on Monday Night Raw getting embarrassed by Bobby Lashley almost every single Monday Night Raw in late 2018 / early 2019. You were forced to be in this Roman agenda before he turned heel, before he liked Roman like we do right now today, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. But, yeah. Roman I do like right now, but, yeah. But anyways, that's for another thing. So then Moxley asks, how did he get to where he is now? He says his dad is the reason for that. He picked him up from jail one time, and his dad tells him, we're the good guys. Mox has been beaten up and challenged, but he keeps in mind we're the good guys. Moxley also mentions that Renee Young is pregnant. His wife Renee Young is pregnant. So happy for Renee and Moxley, by the way. So very, very happy for them. And I do want to make mention of that. So he mentions that Renee is pregnant, and that he's going to go to the ring and shake Kenny Omega's hand and sign the contract. He's going to show why he is the best damn champion out there. So again, very, very happy for Renee Young. I met Renee Young a couple years ago at a Northeast Wrestling event at Dutcher Stadium in, I think it's Fishkill or Wappinger Falls in New York. It's in Dutchess County area around Poughkeepsie, New York, which I'm from right now. I remember meeting Renee Young at that Northeast Wrestling event 2 years ago. Very sweet person, very, very nice person. And Renee Young, pregnant now, if that's the case. I am so happy for her. I really am. And I wish Renee and Moxley nothing but the best. I wish them nothing but the best. So that I want to say on that. That I do want to say on that. So then we get match number 2. Orange Cassidy, AEW's version of R-Truth, as Adam would say, versus Kip Sabian, who has been tagging with Miro, aka Rusev, as of late in AEW. So Orange Cassidy comes out with Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, best friends, but he sends them to the back. So Orange Cassidy for this match on his own. And also during this match, Miro was on the commentary desk. And Miro on commentary, man. Pretty interesting, but yeah. But anyways, the match. Miro also makes clear that the wedding is still on between Kip and Penelope Ford. So then the bell rings, and freshly squeezed chants then start to begin. Orange Cassidy, man, definitely one of my favorites in AEW, and I'm liking what AEW is doing with him. They're making him look good. They're protecting him. They're not overexposing him, and the guy can wrestle. He can wrestle. That's just my opinion on that. And Adam, if you're watching and listening, imagine a dream team, a dream tag team of R-Truth and Orange Cassidy, man. That's gold written all over it, man. That is gold written all over it, man. So I know you and I, Adam, have talked about it, but I think that would be gold if you ask me. So yeah. But anyways, let's talk about the match and the shenanigans. So the match: Orange Cassidy and Kip Sabian. Kip slaps Orange in the face, and he gives him a half-assed receipt before going for his pockets. Headlock takedown by Kip Sabian, and then the two jock off for position with headlocks with each other. Orange Cassidy goes for the pockets once more, but gets kicked to the gut by Kip Sabian. And then the two trade arm wrenches and holds with each other. Mir then says he wants to see someone get hit in the mouth. And finally, Kip counters a head scissors by slamming him down. Kip Sabian goes for a drop toe hold, but Orange Cassidy casually walks out of it with his hands in his pockets. Orange Cassidy with his hands in his pockets. Orange Cassidy then evades, still has his hands in his pockets, and flourishes it with a drop kick. Orange Cassidy then manages to high five Penelope Ford on the outside against her wishes with Kip Sabian. And Kip Sabian hits a double knee gutbuster for a close near fall in the ring. And then we go to the commercial break with the picture-in-picture commercial break. So, I'm not a fan of the commercial breaks, but I mean, it's better to do picture-in-picture than the actual full commercial, but I'm not a fan of commercials. I'm not. I mean, I would take picture-in-picture commercial over the regular commercial, but I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I mean, my opinion, I don't mind the picture-in-picture. It's better than that full commercial, but I know some people don't like picture-in-picture commercial and stuff, but I respect people's opinions on that. So, That is that. And then we go back from commercial break. Kip Sabian and Orange Cassidy duke out on the top rope. Kip kicks Orange hard and then goes for a superplex, but Orange Cassidy crossbodies Kip Sabian and then hits his patented tornado DDT for a 2 count. Orange Cassidy then goes for a diving DDT, but Kip Sabian reverses it. Orange Cassidy then manages to bash Kip's head off the turnbuckle and then hits the diving DDT. Very near fall after a very impressive move there. Then Orange Cassidy rips off his elbow pad and aims at it for his orange punch, or the Superman punch, shades of Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. So Orange Cassidy going for the orange punch or Superman punch, but Kip Sabian climbs over to the ropes for safety. The 2 trade suplexes, and then Kip Sabian gets the better of the brainbuster, which looked nice. 2 near falls by Kip Sabian. So Penelope Ford is in shock and she can't believe it. Kip Sabian then goes for his swinging neck breaker, but Orange Cassidy rolls him up, kick out. Kip Sabian then tries to get offense, but it's Orange Cassidy who gets the mousetrap pin for the 3. And 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy is the winner and he defeats Kip Sabian. Then after this match, Miro, who was on commentary during this match, he immediately runs in the ring and he decks Orange Cassidy from behind. He decks Orange Cassidy. And then the best friends come scooting in to send Miro and Kip off running for the hills. And Miro and Kip Sabian feud with best friends and Orange Cassidy, man. I'd like to see Miro versus Orange Cassidy, whether that be at the next AEW pay-per-view, probably maybe Revolution, but that's in February. But sooner or later, I'd like to see Miro and Orange Cassidy. I think that could be some really good stuff, in my opinion, man. And Miro/Rusev, man, does he look good in AEW. When he was in WWE, yes, in the beginning, he was good when he was undefeated in 2014. He was United States champion when he took the U.S. title off Sheamus in November of 2014. That was good stuff. But then he lost to John Cena clean for the U.S. title at WrestleMania 31 5 years ago. And then ever since then, he never recovered from that. Then they tried recovering him in 2016 when he beat Kalisto at Extreme Rules 2016 in May 2016 for the U.S. title. But they tried recovering him with that. But then in the fall of 2016, they fed him to Roman Reigns before Roman turned heel, before we liked Roman like we do today. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. I know I've done that a few times, at least now, but but it's true. Roman Reigns is our Tribal Chief and the head of the table. So, yeah. But Miro, it's like, and then they had Rusev Day, and Rusev Day should have won the SmackDown Tag Team titles at WrestleMania 34, and they didn't do it. They wanted to give it to the fucking Bludgeon Brothers, who no one gave a shit about. They came out to dead fucking silence and crickets. No one gave a shit about the fucking Bludgeon Brothers, in my opinion. And then they had Rusev in this cuckold storyline and on Monday Night Raw in late 2019 with Lana and Bobby Lashley. Don't remind me of that. That was so fucking god awful. And that storyline was supposed to be for Mike and Maria Kanellis, but it went to Rusev. I wonder how Rusev's feeling right now compared to last year and then this year. Last year and this year with the Cuck storyline in late 2019 on Monday Night Raw with Lashley and Lana. That, and then now it's like night and day. Literally night and day. Miro slash Rusev in AEW right now, so good. He's doing really good right now, and I'm really happy for him. And I expect him to be a world champion in AEW sooner or later. And I think he'd make a good AEW World Champion, in my opinion, in AEW. So, and I expect him to be a World Champion in AEW sooner or later. And I think he'd make a good AEW World Champion, in my opinion, in AEW. So, I expect that to happen possibly sometime next year. But I expect big things, really good things for Miro in AEW. And he's doing good so far. He's really doing good so far. And I'm really, really happy for the guy. And let's see, any more super chats? Oh, no. Only 2 super chats so far. So then we go to the contract signing. Tony Schiavone is monitoring the contract signing between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship match on Dynamite on December 2nd. So Schiavone kicks off the contract signing by introducing Kenny Omega, who has a really nice suit on. Kenny Omega, there's one thing about Kenny Omega outside of his in-ring skills. He wears some really good suits, man. Man, oh man, does Kenny Omega look good in a sharp-looking suit. He looked good. He looked good in the suit. So Schiavone introduces Omega, who gets the Meltzer accolades thrown in his way in very over-the-top fashion, with Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame induction getting mentioned, Dave Meltzer. Then Kenny Omega comes into the ring, and he sits at the table, and then Moxley gets introduced. The AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley, then gets introduced by Tony Schiavone. But however, there's no sign of Jon Moxley. And then we cut backstage, and Mox is out with Doc Sampson and Jerry Lynn tending to him. So he's got a bloody nose, is Moxley, as Sampson wants an ambulance, and John's neck is supported. Tony then is flustered and asks Kenny for a comment. So, and he's pretty dismissive of it all, and he tells the folks to make sure they capture his signature, and then Kenny signs the contract. I love good heel Kenny Omega. I mean, he can do babyface, he can do tweener, heel, but I'm liking what Kenny Omega is doing right now. The cleaner Kenny Omega, you fools, is here, and I love it. I absolutely love it, man. As I take a sip of my coffee, rightfully so. Man. So, heel cleaner Kenny Omega, really liking what they're doing with him right now. It's only going to get better. And Omega, definitely one of the best in the world, man. I've only watched him live once. He wrestled Ray Phoenix in Poughkeepsie, New York, Northeast Wrestling. It was November 2000. I think it was like early November of 2018. Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, New York. It was a Northeast Wrestling event. I have photos of it on my phone. It's right here. Northeast Wrestling Redemption, in November of 2018. So, yeah. So, early November 2018, this happened at this Mid-Hudson Civic Center, Poughkeepsie, New York. Northeast Wrestling Redemption. Kenny Omega was there in the main event, live wrestling Ray Phoenix. 5-star match, man. 5-star match. The match was so damn good. And this was before Kenny Omega was in All Elite Wrestling, when he was still with New Japan, the Ring of Honor, and the Bullet Club. But only watching him live once before. Omega, one of the best in the world. His wrestling style like an AJ Styles. Kenny Omega, definitely one of the best in the world. And And him and Moxley are gonna fucking kill it on December 2nd. But hopefully, there's now a big world title match like that. There should be no commercials. There should be zero commercials. And the Omega Moxley AEW World Title match on Dynamite December 2nd. There should be zero commercials during that match. I'm telling you right now. Tony Khan, if you're listening right now, please, no commercials on December the 2nd on Dynamite with the AEW World Championship matchup between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. Please, no commercials during that match, please. Please, no commercials during that world title match, please. No commercials, please. During that big AEW World Championship matchup. So, yeah. But Moxley and Omega, December 2nd, they're going to fucking kill it. I don't know if they're going to give Omega the title, but it could happen. But, I mean, now, December 2nd, I know this is like a month away, or a little, like, less than a month away. But, I mean, Moxley's doing really good as world champ right now. But Kenny Omega, you got to strike while the iron is hot. With Kenny Omega, you got to strike while the iron is hot. So, December 2nd, guys, my prediction, I know it's early. December 2nd on Dynamite, I'm picking Kenny Omega to win the AEW World title. So, that's what I'm picking. So, just thought I'd say that. But good segment with the contract signing. And this is how it's supposed to be done. It's definitely how it's supposed to be done. And heel cleaner Kenny Omega continues to kill it on AEW Dynamite. And Moxley continues to do some really good work in AEW still right now. Any super chats? No super chats. All right. So then we go back to Las Vegas, and Chris Jericho introduces Elvis Presley into the Inner Circle. Elvis Presley in Inner Circle. You can't get better than that, man. Now, I'm not a big Elvis Presley fan. I'm more of a hard rock and metal, heavy metal kind of music than that, man. Now, I'm not a big Elvis Presley fan. I'm more of a hard rock and metal, heavy metal kind of music guy. The music I'm into is more so the metal and heavy metal and hard rock. That's my kind of music. Rap, I do not listen to a whole lot of rap, and I don't listen to a whole lot of country, but I do know Elvis Presley is one of the greatest musicians of all time. My grandmother actually likes him. She went to Tennessee or someplace like that years ago, watched him, real good. But Elvis Presley, Jericho introduces Elvis Presley into the Inner Circle. So then MJF is hammered with his Burberry scarf tied around his head. And he says, they're blood brothers. And then Sammy's willing to cut his hand off, but Elvis calms him down. MJF then howls at the moon, and we cut to Jericho walking up next to Elvis. Nobody knows what the hell happened. Then MJF slumbers up and has marker written all over his face. Sammy then wakes up and finds out he's married to 3 wives as Ortiz works out like a maniac. Then Santana is feeding chickens. And then Hornswoggle, yes, Hornswoggle, former WWE star that used to be with Finlay and Ladle 7 on SmackDown in WWE. Yes, Hornswoggle. He appears crying behind doors in a diaper. And, yeah. So, who would have thought Hornswoggle would show up in AEW? Now, is he a signing? I hope not. Hopefully, this is a one night only. I don't want to see Hornswoggle in AEW. That's my opinion. But, the stuff with the Vegas stuff with the Inner Circle and Chris Jericho and MJF and Santana Ortiz and Wardlow and Sammy Guevara and Jake Hagar. Real funny stuff, man. I chuckled at least a few times during this segment here. Like I said earlier in this video, this is how comedy's supposed to be done. Monday Night Raw, you should take fucking notes because your comedy on Monday night is fucking god-awful. Dynamite does it the complete opposite. They do it the absolute right way. How is it that Monday Night Raw fails at comedy, but AEW, like, now we want to see wrestling, but comedy, if done right, it's good. How come Raw gets it wrong, but Dynamite gets it right? I wonder how is that? Just goes to show you that Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are absolutely terrible at their jobs. And like I said, Monday Night Raw and Vince and Bruce, take notes because what we saw last night on Dynamite, that is how you do fucking comedy. Like I said earlier in this very video. So, yeah. The Vegas Inner Circle segment, real good stuff. And comedy done right. That is comedy done right with the Inner Circle in Las Vegas and with the Inner Circle in Las Vegas segment last night on AEW Dynamite. I'm getting a thing from Dominic right now. Oh, by the way, DJ Storms. Thing from get anything from DJ Storms? Wonder what he tried to send. I definitely got a note. Oh, here we go. End your story. Oh, that's just for tomorrow's show with DJ Storms on his channel tomorrow is Rundown. And DJ Storms, if you're watching, brother, want to say what's up, bro, and how you doing today? And good shout out to you. And yeah, with DJ Storms, yeah, like on his channel tomorrow, the rundown with the Survivor Series this Sunday. I'm gonna be on his channel tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So thought I'd say that and make sure DJ Storms some really good stuff on his YouTube channel. Really great guy, really good at what he does. I'd highly recommend you subscribe to his channel. It's some really good stuff over there. And I'm gonna be in his channel tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. for the rundown for the Sunday Survivor Series. So make sure you check that out on his channel tomorrow at 2:30 in the afternoon. Anyways, so then we get to the next match. The Blade with the Butcher and the Bunny versus Pac, aka former WWE superstar wrestler Neville. So Eddie Kingston is on commentary during this matchup. He says that Blade wanted this match against Pac. Eddie then says Pac ain't gonna be the bastard for long because the Blade is gonna be his father. Oh, man. Eddie Kingston is a freaking beast, man. He really is. Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston, man, a heel, that is how you play a heel. That is how you cut a fucking heel promo. And I just want to make mention of this right now. Eddie Kingston is, he's a better heel than Baron Corbin. Oh, but Baron Corbin is better. He's a better heel. He's a better wrestler, a better talker. Corbin's better than Eddie Kingston, though, man. How? How is Corbin a good heel? How? Baron Corbin is nowhere near the level of Eddie Kingston. Baron Corbin is not legit heel heat. He's go away heat. Baron Corbin is go away heat. People legitimately don't want to see Baron Corbin. Eddie Kingston's the complete opposite. Eddie Kingston's legit heel heat. That is how you play a heel. MJF and Eddie Kingston, that's how you play a heel. Baron Corbin, take notes. So it's getting a little dry. I'm not sick or anything, but Anyways, but yeah, I've been up since I didn't get much sleep last night, and that's the reason I have this coffee with me. But was up late last night and didn't get much sleep, but I woke up early this morning and I've been up since early, I think 9:30, 10 o'clock, 9:30ish this morning. But I do have this coffee for me to keep me awake. But anyways, back to the match. So Pac versus the Blade. Pac drop kicks the Blade really hard, and he then stomps away at Blade. Then a big knee by Pac, and then he chokes Blade on the bottom rope. Pac then tosses him to the outside of the ring and sends him into the barricade. And then he does this again, and then repeats this. And then back in the ring, Pac then gives Blade a front top rope drop kick, which looked beautiful. Pac and Butcher then stare one another down, and then Blade blindsides it, and then Blade blindsides him. So then it's Blade's turn for some offense. Then back in the ring, Blade lifts Pac up in a suplex and hangs him over the top rope, or over the rope, sorry. Pac then leaps over and then DDTs Blade. A little mistime there. Pac then sends Blade hard into the corner. Savate kicks by Pac. The Blade then grabs hold of the ref as Bunny grabs the leg of Pac. Pac faces off against the Bunny, and the Butcher faces off against Bunny, and Butcher attacks Pac. Then he sends Pac back into the ring for a Doctor Bomb by Blade for a near fall. And then we go to the picture-in-picture commercial break. And then we get back from the break. Pac and Blade go back and forth. Then Pac gets the better of it and sends Blade in the corner. Pump kick by Pac, followed by a thrust kick, but Blade hits a crisp power slam. 2 count. Crowd is behind this bout. Blade then climbs up top and grabs Pac by the hair. Pac nails Blade in the head. Pac grabs hold of Blade and goes for a superplex. He nails it. Pac covers, kick out. And then both men struggle to get back up to their feet, and then Pac hits a hard elbow onto Blade. Pac then climbs up for the Black Arrow, aka the Red Arrow, that whenever was in WWE. But then Bunny gets on the Bunny gets on the apron. Pac gets down and gets leveled by Butcher. Blade rolls him up, grabs the tights, but Pac kicks out. Pac then hits a shooting star press onto Blade's back, and then locks in the Brutalizer, aka the Rings of Saturn, for the submission victory. And the winner of this match is Pac. Good match, really good match. Pac winning was the right move since he's feuding with Eddie Kingston right now. And we got Death Triangle also right now in AEW with Neville, Pentagon Jr., and Rey Fenix. So, real good stuff with that. And Pac and Eddie Kingston, I'm liking it so far, and I think whenever they face off eventually, it's gonna be a damn good match. And really happy Pac is back, man, with the coronavirus pandemic and with him being back now. He was sorely missed, and I'm really happy Pac is back now in All Elite Wrestling, and what he wasn't seen in months because of the coronavirus, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But I'm happy to see him back now, and I think him and Eddie Kingston are gonna have a really good match against each other eventually when the time is right. So then Pac then gets on the mic to call out Eddie Kingston, but the Butcher comes in to attack Pac. The Butcher and the Blade then gang up on him, and then Eddie Kingston talks trash to Pac, saying he's going to put him through the gauntlet. Then suddenly comes out Rey Fenix for the save, but then the numbers game is too much, and then out comes Pentagon Jr. with the steel chair. Eddie implores Penta to hit his down brother with the chair, but Penta goes for Eddie, and then his family Bales as the Death Triangle stand tall. And again, Eddie Kingston in the Butcher and Blade with the Bunny versus Death Triangle. Should be really good stuff, and expect those two teams to really kill it when they eventually face off. So, real good stuff, and I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with Death Triangle and Eddie Kingston and the Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny. So, I'm looking forward to that, and should be really good. And then we cut to backstage, and we see Jade Cargill stomp a chair on Brandy Rhodes' hand as Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose play interference to the officials. Jade Cargill, not really into her. I'm not. I remember she got that really bad promo on Dynamite long ago, like a week ago. She has some work to do. Vicky Guerrero, not really the biggest fan of. Nyla Rose has gotten better, but yeah. I mean, now I will say this: I do like the pairing with Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose, but Vicky Guerrero without Nyla Rose, I'm not a fan. I'm not. That's just my opinion on that. So, yeah. So then we get to the NWA Women's Championship matchup with Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. Really good match, and Serena Deeb. Really good match, but I do want to say this. Why are they doing this match on Dynamite, but they're they're putting more into this than the AEW Women's Championship with Hikaru Shida? I don't understand that. A little mind baffling to me, but that's my take on that. But NWA Women's Championship match with Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. This is a good match, though. I believe, in my opinion, this was really good stuff. So Aubrey Edwards holds up the NWA Women's Championship, holds up the belt, and then the bell rings. The two stare down one another before backing away and circling one another. Lock up. Aubrey resets them once they get tangled in the corner. Waist locks are exchanged. Rosa locks in a camel clutch and then follows up with the crossface, then a Fujiwara armbar. Arm wrench also, but then Serena Deeb frees herself and cradles her for a pin attempt. 2 count. Serena scissor holds, but then Rosa fights off. Side headlock by Serena Deeb as the good mat wrestling continues. Shots are then traded. Arm drag, and then a body slam, and then a senton by Thunder Rosa for a 2 count. Thunder Rosa then dropped to hold Serena Deeb onto the ropes, but 2 dragon screws by Serena Deeb onto Rosa's leg over the ropes. And then we cut to the picture-in-picture commercial break. And then back from the break, Rosa then goes on major corner offense onto Serena Deeb. Deeb is down and then hits a powerful drop kick onto the champion. Modified suplex for a 2 count. Serena off and then spears Thunder Rosa onto the apron, which looked brutal, which looked nasty. And so then cover 1, 2, kick out. Serena Deeb then aims for a GTS or the go to sleep shade to CM Punk with the Straight Edge Society from SmackDown in 2010 with CM Punk and the Straight Edge Society with Luke Gallows and Joey Mercury. But then Thunder Rosa hits a German but Thunder Rosa gets out of this and hits a German suplex. She climbs up to the top rope and gets a big drop kick off of it, and then hits a big drop kick. Rebel then comes to ringside and distracts Aubrey. Brett Baker then nails Thunder Rosa on the entryway. Serena Deeb then, unbeknownst to her, covers and somehow Thunder Rosa kicks out. The fight then continues even after a brutal leg submission by Serena Deeb. She then goes for a Serenity Lock, but Thunder Rosa escapes and hits a reverse white noise. And then it continues to go back and forth until Deeb then hits a double underhook pancake driver for the 1-2-3. And winner and still the NWA Women's Champion, Serena Deeb. Post-match, there's a massive brawl between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker at ringside. And looks like we're getting Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. Should be a decent feud, in my opinion. Again, now, I do have a bit problem with this. Like, why is the NWA Women's Championship getting more attention on Dynamite than the AEW Women's Championship with Hikaru Shida? I really don't understand that. And the AEW Women's title and Hikaru Shida, it should get more attention on Dynamite than the NWA Women's Championship. That's just my opinion on that. And yeah. Why the NWA Women's title is getting more attention on AEW Dynamite than the AEW Women's title, I will never understand that. It's just mind baffling to me. Because the AEW Women's title should get more attention than on Dynamite, and it's not right now. And I don't know why, but the AEW Women's title, it should get more attention on Dynamite. It's like with the NWA Women's title getting more attention, I feel like the AEW Women's title is getting a bit neglected, and I don't want it to be like that. Hopefully, the AEW Women's title gets more attention sooner rather than later, and hopefully, that's my take on that. So let me know what you guys think on that in the super chat with this live AEW review with AEW Dynamite from last night. So that is that. And then John Silver and Anna Jay are then backstage. Silver hypes her up and says that Brody Lee made sure that she gets an AEW Women's World title shot against Hikaru Shida. So looks like we're getting Anna Jay and Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's Championship. I think that should be decent. That should be good. I don't know if they take the belt off Shida and give it to Anna Jay, but we'll see what happens. Anna Jay, definitely one of my favorites in AEW, liking what she's doing. Another good woman wrestler. Anna Jay, good at what she does. Brody Lee, a.k.a. Luke Harper, used to be in WWE with the Wyatt family and all, with Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman and all. He's in WWE. He was in WWE. Brody Lee, right now, apparently supposedly injured because if you remember watching Dynamite weeks ago, that dog collar match for the TNT title with Cody Rhodes, really good, brutal match. Dog collar match for the TNT Championship. That match was really, really good, man. Really awesome stuff. And supposedly during that match, Brody Lee got hurt. And that's why Brody Lee's been out for a while as of late. But he literally worked his ass off in the dog collar match and continuing to do some good stuff in AEW. And man, oh man, Brody Lee working his ass off, and but then he gets hurt. He's out for a while, but Brody Lee continues to do some really good stuff in AEW. And Anna Jay and Hikaru Shida, I think it should be a decent match, but I don't know what you guys think. Should Hikaru Shida lose the title, or should Anna Jay win? But I think because the NWA Women's Championships, I think since it's getting more attention as of late and Dynamite than the AEW Women's Championship, I feel like Shida should retain, but Anna Jay should be protected in some way. And then after that, their next match for the AEW Women's title with Anna Jay and Hikaru Shida, then I think that's when you take the title off Shida and give it to Anna Jay. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think on that. Let me know your opinions on that in the super chat on this very live video. So that's that. And before we get to the main event, no super chats. No super chats. We're about about almost an hour in. So, right, yep. Now, the main event, Dynamite last night. Team Taz, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks versus Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin, the TNT champion. Taz joins the commentary crew as they cut to a video of Darby Allin skateboarding in an abandoned church, and then he lights his pants on fire. Taz says he's not a fan of that. Cody then comes out with a parody shirt, taking a jab at Shaq's ownership of Papa John's. Starks and Allin then started off in side slams, and side slams gets laid on Darby by Ricky. Some very swift athleticism by the two. Hammerlock by Darby Allin. The two slap one another repeatedly. It stumbles Ricky Starks, and the tag comes to Cage. Same for Cody. The two collide with one another. They trade shots, but a hip toss into a backbreaker by Brian Cage. Cody then finds offense with a dropkick, but the powerful Brian Cage fights back. But the powerful Cage fights back. Moonsault press by Rhodes, and a kick out by Cage. Taz then leaves the commentary desk and then goes to ringside, and then we go to the commercial break. No picture-in-picture commercial break, I believe. And then we go back from the break. Brian Cage is on the major offense, and then Taz and Arn Anderson played some interference. And then Arn Anderson then gets ejected. Ricky Starks then prevents a tag in for Cody Rhodes, and then Team Taz continues to isolate him. Chair then puts over Ricky Starks as the neck wrenches the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes then back body drops Starks, another back body drop. Cody tags in Darby Allin, who is on a House of Fire jackknife pin attack on Ricky Starks' 2 count. Cage comes in and German suplexes Darby Allin and also suplexes Ricky Starks at the same time. Starks then spears the heck out of Cody Rhodes, but Darby Allin hits a code red on Brian Cage for a very close near fall. Cody Rhodes then hits the crossroads on Ricky Starks, but Brian Cage takes over and gives a modified angle slam onto Cody Rhodes. Cage and Darby then duke it out on the turnbuckle, but Starks grabs the boot of Darby and allows Cage to hit an avalanche drill claw for the pinfall victory. And the winners of this match, Team Taz. And then post-match, Team Taz continues the attack to a chorus of boos. Now, before we get to the last part of the show, Team Taz wins. I thought this was a decent match, but Darby Allin, TNT champion, losing like clean. Now, Darby Allin, the TNT champion, he lost in this tag match. I mean, he was protected, yes, but I don't. But at the same time, I don't think a champ and I've said this before, no champion should be losing in non-title matches. And all, look at Monday Night Raw and the New Day and the Hurt Business a few weeks ago, when the New Day, the Raw Tag Team Champs, who a few weeks ago on Raw lost claim to the Hurt Business. No champion should be losing clean in non-title matches, but I mean, with this tag team match, Darby Allin, I don't like the fact that they had him lose the TNT champion, Darby Allin. I didn't like the fact that they had him take the pin in this match, but in a way, he was protected, I think, as well. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know your guys' opinions on that. But I just thought I'd say that. And then, the post-match, Team Taz, after they win this tag team match, they continued the attack with heavy boos. And then out comes Will Hobbs for the save, who finds himself holding Brian Cage's FTW championship title. So then Hobbs has the So Will Hobbs has the FTW title in his grasp, in his hands. And then Will Hobbs, he smacks Cody Rhodes in the face with the FTW world title, with the FTW title belt. And then Will Hobbs pledges his allegiance to Team Taz to end Dynamite from last night, as I can show you right here. Where's the video? So, if I can pull this up. So let me pull this up. There we go. My internet works on the phone. Here we go.
Will Hobbs.
Yep. Will Hobbs looks beast, man. I'll tell you.
I can't believe this.
So yeah, Will Hobbs with Team Taz. So, and then that was Dynamite from last night. Really good show. I would say, as always with Dynamite, it's nothing new. Dynamite, rarely a bad show, but very rare bad show. But Dynamite last night, really good show. Really good stuff with Dynamite last night. And I like Will Hobbs with Team Taz, man. It was been teased for weeks with Will Hobbs turning heel and possibly joining Team Taz, and last night it became a reality. And so now you got Will Hobbs, you got Ricky Starks, and now Brian Cage with Taz. Man, oh man, I really like it, man. And Taz, ECW original, former SmackDown ECW commentator from WWE days, and then former Impact Wrestling commentator, now in AEW for a commentator and a manager for Team Taz, now in AEW. Doing some really good stuff, man. Doing some really good stuff. Brian Cage, he's doing good. Taz is doing good. Ricky Starks is doing good. Will Hobbs, I think he's going to really break out in Team Taz, and I think turning him heel is the right move. Will Hobbs, Big E 2.0. So, what do I think of Will Hobbs turning heel and joining Team Taz? I have no problem with it. It's been teased for weeks, and honestly, I think Will Hobbs as a heel is the right move. He may be better as a heel and face, but it's probably too early to call. But I think this makes sense because it's been teased for weeks, and I think if he didn't turn heel and join Team Taz, it's like just I mean, they teased it for weeks. He had to turn heel, and they did it last night, and I'm happy they did. But I'm okay with them turning heel, and I think Will Hobbs is going to be a big star one day in AEW, one day, in my opinion. And that's my take on that. And Will Hobbs is a heel now with Team Taz. I think this is only going to make Will Hobbs even bigger, in my opinion, if you ask me personally. So I think Will Hobbs turning heel and joining with Team Taz, I think it's the right decision. I think it's the right move. So that's all my take on that. And that is your AEW Dynamite review from Dynamite last night on November the 18th of 2020 last night. Thank you guys so much for joining me here in the channel for the Dynamite review from last night. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for joining. I'm really hoping you guys really liked this video here. Hope you guys really enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for joining. I'm really hoping you guys really liked this video here. Hope you guys really enjoyed it and all. And now it's like 1:20 right now. 3 o'clock on the WWE Network. I'm going to watch NXT UK. Now, next time you see me here on the channel, this week, Survivor Series week. Next time you see me here in the channel, it's going to be later on sometime today. I'll be here on the channel again sometime later on today for the review for NXT and NXT UK. So look out for that later on today. And we'll be talking about the NXT and the War Game stuff and the NXT Women's Championship match last night. NXT, apparently Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley clashing a really good match for the NXT Women's title last night in NXT. And rumors of Rhea Ripley getting called up. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on all that later on today, right here on the channel. So look out for NXT and NXT UK reviews for later on today, right here on the channel. And then this Saturday, Friday Night SmackDown Survivor Series Go Home Show review with Adam and I this Saturday. And then this Saturday night as well by myself here on the channel. Survivor Series 2020 preview and predictions. And then this Sunday night or this Monday morning, Adam and I for the Survivor Series 2020 review and results video, either this Sunday night after Survivor Series this Sunday or this Monday morning, the day after Survivor Series this Sunday night. And that is that as far as the Survivor Series week schedule goes for right here in the Fiores Nation YouTube channel, right here on youtube.com. Remember to follow me on Twitter at FioreNick579. Remember to follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiore2014. Facebook. Follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiore.31. And before the end of 2020, I would love for this channel to reach 50 subscribers at least. So remember to hit the like button for this very video. Remember to hit the subscribe button. And remember to hit that bell. And remember to hit that bell for all notifications. So then that way you guys know when you're notified whenever I upload videos from the channel right onto YouTube. So remember to hit that like button for this video. Remember to hit the subscribe button. And remember to hit that bell for all notifications. And I believe I said before, Twitter, follow me on Twitter at FioreNick579. Instagram, follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiore2014. And Facebook, follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiore.31. And that is that as far as the social media platforms goes. And I already discussed the Survivor Series week for right here in the channel, the Fiores Nation channel right here on youtube.com. I'm Nick Fiore. This is the Fiores Nation YouTube channel right here on youtube.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me right here today for the AEW Dynamite review from last night. Thank you guys so much for joining, and hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Hope you guys had a good time on here for the live review for Dynamite from last night right here on the channel. And I'll see you later on today further in this channel. I'll see you on the channel later on today for the views for NXT and NXT UK. Kaylee Ray. Now, Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley last night in NXT for the NXT Women's Championship. And then NXT last night with NXT. Then NXT UK today. Kaylee Ray, Piper Niven, Falls Count Anywhere match for the NXT UK Women's Championship. Should be some really, really good stuff. And I am looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the Dynamite review from Dynamite last night. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you guys had a good time with this for the Dynamite review from Dynamite last night. And I will see you later on right here in the channel for the reviews for NXT and NXT UK. Talk to you guys later.